Hey, what's up? This is day one of training, and today's goal was to hit a top single on the snatch at 90% or above. This is just about 90% of my calculated max. I calculated at about 220, and these warm-ups did not go well at all. After doing this, usually I'll give myself up to 3 misses and then I'll just move on. So getting this was a very important step in making sure that I at least hit my 90%. And I went ahead and went for it. Okay, I hit 221 last week, and this was a really rough 222. I watched my video and I noticed that the bar was kind of sticking onto my thighs. So recently, I realized that a lot of the balance issues I was having was stemming from the bar actually just sticking to either my pants or my thighs. So I started really just either wearing really short shorts. I'm wearing shorts here, but I rolled up the elastic band a lot, so my shorts didn't get in the way. And I started actually using baby powder on my thighs too as well. And this has made a tremendous difference in making sure that the bar stays nice and close to me. It slides up my thighs, and there's no, external restriction between me and the barbell. These clean and jerks is my volume work. This is about 80% or so, 3 sets of 3. As the weeks go on and the sessions go on, I do my best to try to increase these by at least 2.5 pounds. 5-pound jumps is just a little bit too much, but doing sets of 3 really teaches me a lot about how to stay focused during the day. After you clean it, like the clean's fairly easy, but having that bar kind of rest on your front delts in that front rack position and getting pretty damn tired really forces you to focus under pressure. And that's one of the reasons why I'm taking so long in between each rep. They're 3 sets of 3, but in a way they're really, a cluster set of 3 times. If I go anything faster than this, I end up becoming very, very sloppy. So as time goes on, my goal is to reduce the amount of time it takes to do the reps. But I want to try to be as precise as possible. And if I rush it, it ends up being a little sloppy. And snatch pulls. So if I'm doing a heavy snatch, I'm doing a snatch pull variation. That's 3 sets of 3. And the same is true with my clean and jerk. So going heavy on the other days, I'll go and do clean pulls 3x3. And I like that because, that allows me to deadlift pretty much every single day that I train. And I've noticed most recently in this deadlifting cycle that my deadlift has improved a lot because, it's pretty much a heavy, light, medium, and really, really light day on my deadlifts. I've been using the log, and the log's different than a jerk. And I've been pausing the reps at the bottom just because my torso is in a really compromising position. And typically what happens is my hips will shift forward as I go to dip. And to help pattern the correct balance, I've been pausing my sets and really just finding balance before I start the jerk. And this was the first session that I really actually just ran into a problem. All the way up to 225, no issues, haven't missed any reps. This was the first time I missed a pause rep. And I went ahead and just kind of gathered myself again to bang out that second rep. But it's getting to a point where, it's getting hard. So I give this another attempt right here, but I miss it. and it just feels heavier and heavier each time I do it. So I put it down. I was only prescribed to do a set of 2 at 230, and I really kind of thought about it. I wanted at least one more rep, so I could say I actually got the volume in that I wanted to. So I give it another go here, and the log's just big, heavy, awkward. The center of mass is forward midfoot, and just balancing is very, very hard and awkward. But I decided to give it a shot without the pause and just be super aggressive on these. And both of these went up pretty well. During the earlier sets, I was having problems with feeling lightheaded, so I was a lot more audible with my lifts and just kind of exhaling a lot to relieve some pressure variances. But I was pretty pleased with how these went, and not pausing my jerks really allows me to move some more weight. Farmer's walks, I do these once a week for 2 sets. Last week was 235, and man, were my fucking hands killing me. This is definitely not for the weak-willed. My hands were on fire. It felt like my hands were going to rip off. And that's all that was really in my head here. And the whole time I'm just thinking, I'm going to drop it. It's just my hands were so painful. And I attempted to lift it up here, but my hands were just throbbing. So I just got to continue to train and deaden those nerves in my hand so I could increase my pain tolerance on these. But I'm pretty happy with how far I went. It's definitely going to need some program adjustments and maybe a lighter day next week to let my hands kind of calm down and adjust to things. You can see I try a couple times, but the pain was just super unbearable. But I go ahead and give it a go and hold it for a couple seconds, and I call it a day.